Hi everyone, hope you've been enjoying Legion. It's Sarranuva here. What I thought I'd do today is take you through a little bit of a guide on how to flip the auction house in Legion. It's two very simple tricks that I'm using at the moment just to make a little bit of gold. First thing you're going to have to do is you're going to need a blacksmith, and the second tip you're going to need a enchanter. So the first thing you need to do is head to the blacksmith and vendor on your blacksmith, and you're looking for an item called foxflower flux. Took a lot of practice to pronunciate there. So what we're actually looking at here is it's a reagent used for blacksmithing items. Everyone's using it at the moment for leveling. What we've basically got at the moment is it currently buys for around about 3 gold 20. Now what we can do here is I'm just buying 2 stacks of 200 and I'm going to send this over to my bank vault. Now the beautiful thing with this is it sells for profit. People are lazy, and especially with a new expansion coming out, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to exploit the laziness. So like I say, it sells for 3 gold 20 at the moment. So I'm just going to send this over to my bank vault, and I'm going to log on now with a nice little funky transition. And what we need to do now is loot the mail from the mailbox and head into the auction house. Now I used to use Auctioneer. Now that broke in an earlier patch, and I transitioned over to Auctionator. This is a lot better for me personally because it shows the min max values for an item a hell of a lot more. So as we can see here, just doing a little bit of a scan on the sell price for foxflower flux. Now it sells for 5 gold 80 at the moment per item. Now what that basically means is we can make 2 gold 60 silver on every foxflower flux. Now I prefer to sell them in stacks of 20, but you know, sell them in stacks of 1 if you want, be that guy. But when we stack it up and we do the what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to the shopping list that I use for flipping. And the first item I'm going to check here is an item called Arcana. Now this is used by enchanters for all of the enchanting in Legion. Now this is normally obtained through enchanting, but there is an item that you can purchase called the leylight shard. The whole purpose of getting the leylight shard is you can actually shatter this item down into 3 arcana. Now it's currently selling for about 79 gold. What you can actually then do is break it down into an item that is effectively worth around about 29 gold at the moment. So if you do the math, it works out around about 2 gold 7 silver in profit. So what you need to do is you need to basically buy these as cheap as you can on your auction house. Again, people are starting to cotton on a little bit with this one, so you know, just keep in mind for have a little check on your daily prices just to see if you're actually going to make some money on this. So if you basically just buy these and then send them over to your enchanter. Now your enchanter doesn't even need to have completed the quests in Legion. From an enchanting perspective, you can actually, if they've got an enchanting study in their garrison, just go to the enchanter on there and you can actually learn that item straight away. Alternatively, get them to do the first 2 steps in the Dalaran quest chain. So what you need to do is you need to send this over to your enchanter, and if you just loot that out of the mail as you would, and if you head over to your spell book, you're looking for a new recipe that you've learned with as part of the Legion enchanting called leylight shatter. Now you don't have to do what you have to do with jewel crafting and break them all down through prospecting. You can basically just queue them all with the skill and trade skills, and yeah, basically just watch it turn. As I say, every shard turns into 3, so you just got to wait for that queue to come down there a little bit. So if you just set that off, and I normally buy in bulk if the prices are right. So you know, sometimes I can even go off, make a cup of tea, anything like that, just to pass a little bit of the time. So once they're actually 100% broken down there, we can actually send those back off to our alt. So once we get them off the alt, obviously loot them from the mailbox. I do recommend doing this on the same hour, let alone the same day. Prices do fluctuate quite a bit, but if you think about it, the leylight shard, you currently buy that for around about 79 gold. They break down into 3 arcanas, which on my server are selling for around about 29 gold and 3 silver. So that times 3 is 87 gold and 9 silver. So profit of around about 8 gold, 9 silver maybe. You know, that's you know, pretty much bang on profits. Obviously I'm just rounding the numbers up as well, so don't criticise the math, but you will make money off this, so I hope it's helped. If you've got any questions, hit them down in the comments, but please like and subscribe below, and I'm going to try and get as many of these new videos out as I can, always enjoying Legion.